Same Vietnam, two lifestyles. Hanoi versus Saigon explained. One country, two worlds. When you land in Hanoi, the first thing many people notice is the atmosphere. The city feels dense, not just with traffic, but with history. Streets are narrow, layered with decades of daily life. Sidewalks are shared carefully between pedestrians, tea sellers, parked motorbikes, and quiet conversations. People often speak more deliberately. There's a sense of awareness, who is listening, how words are chosen, how one presents oneself. Hanoi does not rush to impress you. Fly 2 hours south to Ho Chi Minh City, still widely called Saigon, and the contrast is immediate. The streets are wider, brighter, louder. Motorbikes surge forward as soon as the light turns green. Coffee shops open early and close late. Conversations overlap. Smiles come quickly, often to strangers. Same country, same language, same flag, yet the rhythm of life feels fundamentally different. One, culture, tradition versus adaptation. Hanoi is shaped by continuity. Founded as the capital over 1,000 years ago, it was the political and cultural center of northern Vietnam for centuries. Confucian thought, emphasizing hierarchy, education, family roles, and social order, deeply influenced northern society. These values remain visible today. In Hanoi, how something is done can matter as much as the result. Introductions are careful, titles and age differences are acknowledged, long-term reputation carries weight, whether in government offices, family relationships, or business. Saigon culture was shaped differently. For much of its modern history, Saigon was a frontier city, absorbing migrants from across Vietnam, traders from China, India, and Europe, and later strong global influences during the French colonial period and the American War. Because of this, Saigon learned to adapt quickly. People are used to newcomers. Social circles are more open. If something works, it is accepted, even if it breaks tradition. A common observation among Vietnamese, in Hanoi, conversations often begin cautiously, testing boundaries. In Saigon, conversations often begin with humor or casual friendliness. Neither approach is accidental. Each reflects centuries of lived experience. 2. Pace of life. Slow wait versus fast flow. In Hanoi, time often feels layered. You see this in daily habits. People sitting on low stools, drinking tea for long stretches, retirees walking slowly around Hoang Kiem Lake every morning, shop owners closing briefly in the afternoon without explanation. Decisions, especially important ones, tend to take time. People observe, listen, and consider consequences. This patience is often mistaken for slowness, but locally it is seen as seriousness. Saigon operates on momentum. The city grew explosively after economic reforms in the late 1980s, and that energy remains. Many residents juggle multiple jobs or side businesses. Cafes double as workspaces. Meetings happen quickly and often informally. Here, speed is not seen as reckless. It is seen as survival and opportunity. People often say Hanoi teaches you to slow down and think. Saigon challenges you to move fast or be left behind. 3. Voice and accent. Soft control versus open warmth. Vietnamese spoken in Hanoi is often considered the standard accent, historically used in education and national media. The northern accent tends to sound more measured, with clearer tonal distinctions. Speech is often controlled, especially in formal settings. In Saigon, the southern accent flows differently. Tones are softer, endings more relaxed, and speech often sounds warmer to outsiders. Emotion shows more easily in everyday conversation through laughter, exaggeration, and expressive body language. This difference affects perception. Northern speech can feel reserved or serious. Southern speech can feel friendly and emotionally open. Many Vietnamese summarize it this way. Hanoi speaks with the head, Saigon speaks with the heart. Climate, gray calm versus tropical intensity. Hanoi experiences 4 deading seasons. Winter can be cold, damp, and gray, with temperatures dropping below what many expect in Southeast Asia. These months naturally encourage indoor life, reflection, and a quieter social rhythm. Spring and autumn are mild and poetic, often celebrated in literature and music. Summer is hot, but punctuated by seasonal change. Saigon, by contrast, has a tropical climate. There are 2 main seasons, dry and rainy. Heat is constant. Rain arrives suddenly and powerfully, then disappears just as fast. This consistency creates a different mindset. Life continues regardless of weather. Businesses stay open. Plans are flexible. Adaptation becomes instinct. Climate does not determine personality, but over generations, it shapes habits. 5. Money and mindset. Security versus opportunity. In Hanoi, many families historically valued stability, government decisions, long-term employment, and social standing. Reputation within family, neighborhood, or institution, it matters deeply. Risk is approached carefully. Questions like, is this appropriate, or how will it look, are common. In Saigon, economic migration shaped attitudes toward money. People came to build something new. Entrepreneurship is common, even informal. Failure is often accepted as part of the process. The key question becomes, can this work? These are 2 souls, 1 Vietnam. Hanoi carries Vietnam's memory, its traditions, discipline, and historical depth. Saigon carries Vietnam's motion, its ambition, flexibility, and openness to change. Understanding Vietnam means understanding both. Not choosing one over the other, but recognizing how their contrast creates balance. That contrast is not division. It is the reason Vietnam feels so alive.